So I'm working on solving the water leaks on this 2014 CE250, and one of the leaks I found is right here on this windshield where the cowl and the windshield meet. This is kind of separated a little bit, and water comes down and goes in underneath the cowl. I think this seal is somehow failed, and I'll show you what happens when it does that. You pop the hood. I've got the box over here removed already. But what happens, what I've seen, did some water testing. The water comes down, and most of the water comes here in this tray, and either goes down this port or here, and then you can actually see it going through here. You can actually watch it get through there, but you can see right here there's water here, and it's not supposed to be there, and that water there goes down inside the firewall inside the car, and how it gets there is from the top here. It's hard to see with the camera, but right up in here it drips from the top and goes down, and it comes from here. And so what I did to test the theory, I sealed this entire seam with plastic tape, this clear plastic tape, and ran water all over it and didn't get any water at all in the floorboard. I've got the carpets removed so I can see the water quickly. And so I pulled the tape away then to test my theory, and immediately it ran water down the windshield. And immediately I could see it going there, and had this air box off. I could see it dripping and going into here, and then sure enough it's down in the floorboard. And so what I'm going to do is seal this up, and I'm not going to use the clear tape, but I am going to use this Gorilla tape that I found. I'll show you over here. It's 4 inches wide, and it doesn't need to be that wide, so I took a length that's a little over half of the width of the window, and I just used a blade here and split it in half. And I checked it out, and this tape, although it doesn't feel like you're able to conform it to a curve, you can. So you can do it. So I'm going to try that now. Here, clean the glass and the plastic with something to make sure I get the best bond I can get right in here. So I can see there's stuff on the glass there. I'm going to clean that off with alcohol and clean this plastic, and then I think that will solve that leak. I also put some crash tape on my sunroof to just totally eliminate the possibility of the sunroof leaking, because I think it did leak at one time, and I cleaned the drains. And so I'm going to leave this crash tape on here for a while I try to resolve this other leak. So first of all, I'm going to clean the surface with some alcohol or acetone, whatever I can find, and then I'm going to apply the tape, and I'm going to try to work it under this thing here if I can. Might be a good idea to go under it. So actually the first thing I found was acetone, so I'm going to go with that to clean the glass and the plastic. Stuff dries pretty fast. That should help ensure a good bond. Because you know I'm looking for a long-term solution. I think I'm also going to put some of that Gorilla tape around the CAN bus connections, because it looks like it'd be amazingly waterproof. Although that may, once that's on there, I think it's pretty hard to get off. So I may rethink that. I might actually just put the CAN buses in a plastic bag and seal it. That way I don't actually have to do a lot of cleanup if I need to get back in it for something else. I'm actually going under that little rubber piece in case water gets under it up there. I don't want to trap it. And maybe the proper thing to do would be to replace this cowl. But, you know, my luck, I could replace that and it'd still leak. So I'm going to try this crash tape for the, I'm going to try this tape I've got because it looks amazing. I can tell this stuff is kind of tricky to work with. Hoping I'm going to be able to do it. But I've also heard that once you stick it down, it's down. So you don't get another chance at it, I think. And hoping it'll stretch for me. Pretty sticky. Just trying to cover up that seam. It is allowing me to conform to the curve a little. I was wondering about that. That part seems to be working okay. Definitely seems like it's going to work. I mean, this stuff is no joke. I'm going to probably get my roller and roll it on. Just apply some pressure with my thumb. And they say not to overlap the tape, so I'm going to cut it with a razor to match it up there. That side over there, I wasn't able to get it under the trim like I wanted to. I'm going to try and do better on this side. Got it under that time. And I'll give you a different view as soon as I get it on there. Worked in there better. Very sticky stuff. Well, I have high hopes for this tape. I've never used anything as sticky as this. I like this stuff. It seems like it has a good potential. It's a little sticky on the edge there, and I hope that's not a problem. What I'm gonna have to do is get a razor and try and trim that. I've got a fresh, sharp razor, a safety razor, and I've overlapped the tape a little, and I want to try and find where the seam is, cut right on it. Tape is crazy sticky. And that works. It's very amazing. I can see this stuff having some great applications. So I'm interested to see how this door closes on this fresh air intake when I'm going to start the car and close the door and see where it seals at. It's sealing way back in there. I was worried about it sealing here. That's fine. I'm going to open it up again. So it also appears when I shut the engine off with it closed, it opens. So I'm planning to also seal right here. You can see there's water there now. So I'm going to let that dry and then seal it. So here's a different view here. I've got it tucked under this trim here. And you can see the parting line here. So it's spanning the glass and the cowl, and there's just one unfortunate spot there, but I think that'll be fine. And I hope the windshield wipers aren't going to give it a problem, because they are on it there. See how the other one does. So that one's okay, not touching. This one does touch. So, but hopefully it's, I think when the windshield is running, the wipers are running, it never really goes down to this position until it parks, I think. So, I think it'll be okay. I'll just have to keep an eye on this little spot here where it overlaps and make sure it doesn't pull it up.